these.
Alright, welcome everyone to the elimination match between Hard Rebellion versus...
I'm reloading.
Saw that no one was casting or doing anything, so I've decided to cast do the camera work. Should be a pretty decent game between these two Chinese teams.
Reloading.
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 Next hit's going to be 200 Charger Boomer, so no spitter, just looking for that 3 cap.
Reloading.
Double trick. Hollow.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Hello?
Oh, you're in here.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Reloading.
Might have to wait. Tank is up.
Reloading.
Korea. I'm not sure if there's a slot for you at the moment. You might have to wait a second.
We got 100.
Oh, this car! Oh. What a car!
Jockey. Jockey.
Come
to
on,
delay
come
this.
on your feet.
Tank's getting up. Oh, this guy's still down. She gets the punch. This is going to be ZSK dead. Oh, he crashed. Alright, so far, Tank spawned up, DDA. They got a hunt right under the billboard, and he got the long car, the furthest car, and he smacked it straight onto him. ZSK is just about to die. Like, Tank could literally go up and punch him, and he'll die.
How much health does the tank have?
I can't actually see at the moment, but it's probably still above 4k.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a kill then.
Alright, you might be able to join, but just wait a second because one of them crashed.
I'm joining at the moment.
Wait, you have 100 alert by default?
Oh, I just relaunched the game.
Alright. Yeah, you have 100 alert, so you went to spec anyway.
Need some help.
Yeah, Tank's still at 5k health. This, yeah, he just died. He just died.
Reloading.
Reloading.
This, I mean, if NPC played this right, this might just be a wipe hit.
Reloading.
5k health, and hopefully with a 3k.
Reloading.
His other car is actually in a pretty decent spot. If he punches that one time, he could get that across, but it looks like he's just up in commit.
Yeah, he's just gonna push him back, and oh, they've got the boom actually. What's 3 boom lanes? By best. The charger actually lifts, that's not good. Oh wait, just rocked the first one. This tank actually just got railed.
It's a bit unlucky from Team NPC because they set that charger up, but it just missed. Could have gotten like easily a double there. Could have been a
Reloading
win.
here.
Yeah, for sure. Chain my view.
Ammunition.
Thanks, coach.
NPC are probably just gonna look to get a quad and look to 3-cap them. That's what I'd be doing if I was them. But Harder Rebellion seem to be playing it slow, taking all the commons, just trying to avoid any possible quad.
Yeah, and they're gonna need to play
Reloading.
super well on this map to actually make this safer.
I got it. Good shooting.
Yeah,
Hunter's
not off to a
pre-spawn
good
down bottom.
start.
Smoke is up. Good shot. I know I whiffed a little bit there.
That was
Hunter
mine.
on Ellis.
Could have possibly been the 3-cap, but they're a little bit out of sync.
I feel like the Hunter should have just maybe just tried to jump up and ceiling pounce off the top.
Yeah, the jockey got a nice stumble, so I think that if the hunter did that, that could have possibly been it. But Boomer going in and does miss, getting shot down.
Not gonna lie, I'm surprised they actually popped that. Would have maybe just like left it up and just kept running.
We got a hunter.
I like this play from Harder Rebellion though. They unfortunately lost the player early on, so they're just holding W and working out for them so far. NPC aren't really getting like those usual hits in.
Reloading.
Charge pre-spawn jockey's coming in. Hunter just got speeded, charge misses, and jockey should get into it. I get speed. This should be safer. If they're quick.
Still pretty decent bonus actually. 309 for 3 players. It's really good.
Yeah. They've done well. With 3 players, they killed a 5k HP tank, and they've shut down all the spawns fairly decently.
Yeah, not a bad round by any means from Harder Rebellion. I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, 306 bonus, 652 chapter score. After losing a player that early during a tank, that's a good recovery from Heart of Rebellion.
Yeah. Even though that 3BM did land, like, it was unfortunate that that tank couldn't really do anything else because his support missed. Thought the tank would probably opt to bring in another car, try and position his hittable well and push him out to a better position, but...
Yeah, it seems like maybe, I don't know, Charger seemed like he might have rushed a little bit. Could have waited a little bit longer for the survivors to be closer, like tank was pushing them back.
Just gonna disconnect and rejoin this cast.
Yeah, I haven't really like changed any of my video settings, so we're just like streaming on what I'm usually running.
Wing it.
Yeah, I just saw this match was happening, I was just asked Ling immediately if there was any chance.
It does go in.
That could have been a really
Bad
good
charge.
charge.
Yeah, I was gonna say that charger was very close to landing and that would have been huge damage.
Reloading. Reloading.
Next hit is identical to what the other team had.
Reloading.
200 charge a boomer hit. Not expecting too much off of this unless maybe a multi-charge lands.
Reloading.
Double cap. All this boomer is come up the front. Immediately cleared. Charge actually lands in the back. See if it's coming in.
Hunter's got Ellis.
Ellis just kind of sat there with his melee out. Looking for that melee seat.
Reloading. Reloading.
So NPC is going to push forward and start this tank.
Ammo here.
They
Reloading.
should be able to get back before. They're going to have spawns to maybe delay a little bit. Smoke, Jockey,
Reloading.
Spitter, and Hunter. And they lost the Jockey.
So tank up in the hands of Sue.
Reloading.
Just looking to rock so far, trying to get that first hit of the win. Survivors are playing actually pretty aggressive.
Yeah, considering what they just did to Harder Rebellion, they were playing pretty far.
Really nice cars actually coming out. Got one position really nicely on the roof, one position nicely on the highway.
Reloading.
Boomer smoke hunt. Probably gonna wanna try and lose this boom, I'd say. Gonna be pretty hard.
Reloading.
This tank's
Reloading.
just take a look. Oh, he's just lost a car. He's committing it. He's too small. He's gonna lose a lot of health for this.
Keep pouring it on.
You got a punch, but it was kind of thing.
There is huge separation. Oh.
And they are mauling this tank now. That is 30% health. This hunter really needs to land, and he does land up front.
Tank is bringing in the car. Might look to just go for it, but brings it out. Nearly lands. But that is a dead tank. Best almost dying. If that hunter landed a little bit earlier, I think that would have been a kill too.
Yeah, that was really... That was dangerous there for Best. He was out in no man's land with that hunter.
Yeah, that was a really, like, decent damage for the tank, but there was huge separation coming up from the survivors that could have ended, like, really badly.
I'm not sure what that tank's plan was. He kind of... The boomer got popped and then he just kind of committed. The hunter's pretty spawned up front.
Hunter.
And also hunt for a second. His separation jumped in the speed. Overall not... I mean, Best went down a fair bit, but not too much damage. NPC looking strong on this first map, for sure.
Oh, this is an interesting strat. They've dropped one guy already and there's 3 people up. Yeah, the smoke is going to go in, nearly lands. That could have been bad for the survivors too. Rochelle rushed.
Careful. A hunter's around.
2 hunter smoke a charge of quad in this area. Not the best, but see what they do. Pretty early. Separation charge, maybe get a slam.
Smoker.
So Heart of Rebellion gonna have one more hit before safe.
Reloading.
And then they do something pretty amazing to log his opponents.
We can get up here.
Reloading. 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 Gotta reload.
So last hit coming out, we've got a boomer, spitter, jockey, and a hunter. Not the best set, but the hunter pre-spawns and goes in and gets skeeted. Boomer spawns up by the back and gets popped. It's not looking too good for Heart of Rebellion. They've just got this jockey coming in, but it gets bumped and the spit can't do anything.
So that's just gonna be
And that's just... Yep, they're gonna just run in, scot-free. Overall, not too bad from Heart of Rebellion considering that early kill.
Yeah, I think that NPC kind of missed an opportunity for getting a wipe on this first map with only 3 survivors up, but unfortunately they kind of just whiffed everything when tank committed in. But NPC looking pretty strong here on this first map. See what they do on the next map. Definitely showing up in this match.
So, I don't know if we've done a roster rundown since I just got here, but... Have we?
No, we have not. Who would you like to do?
Well, I'll start off with Heart of Rebellion. So, we've got the men of the hour, ZSK, Zal, Link, and Sue. And would you like to introduce NPC?
Yeah, for NPC we got Extras, KC, Kriya, and Best. Two pretty strong Chinese teams in my opinion. Especially on this map, Dark Carney.
And for this first hit, we've got Spitter, Hunter, Jockey. I think double Hunter.
Yeah, double Hunter. And it's building. One lands actually. Second one lands as well. A bit of a delay on the spit.
Not too bad. No Hunter gets scared, so a little bit of damage goes out on Rochelle.
Yeah, not too much. Overall, pretty decent. Not too bad for the hit that they had. Sometimes it can be hard to land hunters. Next hit already in. Charger boomer behind smoker and they're going in. Pre-charge. Speeded, but it's kind of shut down. That was a really good shot down by NPC.
That was a huge 3 boom, and if that smoker landed on Coach, that would have been like devastating for his health. But he managed to self clear.
Reloading.
Now this tank is 39%, and they do have a hit coming up, so I think the survivors might opt to run back for this tank. But they are sending in the hit now.
Oh, nice pop there by Best. They're actually pushing this tank now. This tank needs to be careful, it might just get up top. So the NPC definitely pushing forward into a better area. More open.
And he doesn't have his hittables, so it's all on the support here.
Like that mother.
He's just going up top, gonna try and play a little bit of a rock tank.
Shoot it! Shoot it!
Hunter goes in, does more.
Unfortunately, hit the little like walkway there with the rock. It should just be like him almost losing his first pass.
Does go to rotate around again, takes a lot of chip damage. Now, what would you do if you were in a CSK's position, Caution? What set would you look for?
Definitely want like a smoker maybe jockey or something. Oh, nice 2 boom actually. GSK does get the first second punch onto Coach. He does hit him far away, so it's a bit unfortunate. Ellis is quite down. The separation that Garen's landing on Coach is decent now. Tank doing well to just cover this hunt. It's a nice rock under ratio.
That was a bit of a misplay by the jockey.
Yeah.
It jockeyed Ellis and it gave him the god frame, but not too bad. Best going down again. The jockey does reland.
Come on, come on, get up. You're not dead
So once
yet.
again, Best kind of just getting separated a little bit and hunted. Kind of repeated the first map. But overall, I'd say a pretty decent tank for that area.
Oh, absolutely. Coming up to this crucial ladder hit, they seem to have a really good set. Charger, Smoker, Boomer, Spitter, that's pretty much ideal. But they are looking to go in. Smoker lands, the Charger riffs, and that's a shutdown. They just lost the ladder there, Caution.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that hit there. Seems like they just kind of rushed it a little bit. I think they could have done a lot better up top. So Survivor's still doing fairly decent, you know. They took a bit too much damage on that tank, but they're not really Best pick in the front.
Pretty decent bonus so far, 540. But this Boomer does go out, gets popped immediately.
Let's pop their lane. He's got a hunter on top for a DP. Ooh, almost lands on.
Hunter on Coach.
Reloading here!
Reloading here. Here they
I think
come.
they're gonna try and hold this out, maybe just wait for one hit and go.
Well, considering the health and the bonus that they have, I think that would be a smart idea considering the set they actually have. But
Reloading.
Looks like that's what they're gonna do as well, so I agree with this one. Nice pop there by Best.
that looks like they are going to push out, and the hit does spawn off. Smoker lands, Charger goes in and lands, and that's a spit shot going out onto Nick. That's huge damage. That was all their bonus as well. That was a really huge hit for them. They took off 140 bonus just.
Yeah, considering they knew the 2 capitals there and the spit, they both did what they needed to do and land in that spit. Nice hit, one last go, nice skeet there by Best. The survivors just hopping in.
Pretty good round by
They're
NPC.
looking good. 384 bonus on this map. Just that's all they got to do at this point. Just keep making maps. Try and keep as much bonus as possible.
Yeah, I think for NPC, what they're gonna do is save the hit and not allow the survivors to push forward and play it out in that area with the forklift. You know, that forklift can be a little lucky sometimes. It can incap survivors in odd spots. You seem to work your magic with it a lot, Caution.
I just hit forklift. And then it magnetizes towards survivors half the time. It's really fun for me. Really fun. So I expect to see ZSK rush out here and just skeet some haunters.
Don't even bother shooting the bins, just rushing out. Yeah, hit does go in, and one hunter gets skidded by Ling.
I think it's south, the other one.
Reloading.
So that's a good take there by Hunter Ability.
Yeah.
Some good old fat donuts across the board for NPC.
Crowbar right here.
Coach is a little bit split, isn't it? They had that smoker up, they could have maybe rushed that small and done some damage, but looks like they're just gonna play this out, do a usual hit. Jockey does pre-spawn out and the charger comes in for a rocket, gets leveled.
Reloading.
A really good take there by Harder Rebellion.
Yeah, both teams are pretty good on the shotguns.
This will work.
Well, somebody just got themselves an axe.
Now the pressure is on Harder Rebellion, they need to pretty much make this tank kill it floor, not take too much damage and take that ladder pretty well. And then I see them possibly making a comeback. That little deficit in the first map, charge does go in.
Instantly shot down. Charger didn't even have a chance. Hit the ground, hit M1 and he was just dead.
Reloading.
Split block on the way back. Boomer's set up inside. Tank's just... Oh wait, it's not Boomer, it's a Hunter. One Hunter set up top on the roof. The other one on the container. Just trying to get a good slowdown here if the other one can land and maybe delay them a
This
bit.
tank could just commit. Oh, he's going in.
Oh, that's a
an
double
encounter.
forklift! Oh no.
Took a little bit too long to get out of that warehouse area.
Heart of Rebellion, what's happening?
Hey, over here!
Should just grind out the shell at this point.
Now ZSK is stuck. They just have to boom Nick, boom Rochelle. Yeah, it looks like ZSK and Coach. CSK and Link.
Charges
No.
I want to get the
Ooh,
double
nice
charge.
double charge.
This is over.
That's the wipe right there.
They really couldn't afford to get delayed at that forklift and there's some really good hunters. First one going and landing and then the second one just waiting a little bit for that delay.
I think
tank.
if that first hunter got skeeted, then they could have possibly made it out, but that second hunter landing at a crucial time allowed the tank to just get a forklift on. I didn't think that the forklift would land on Coach, but it's very nicely played by NPC.
Yeah, KC team just coming in doing work. And this is, you know, Heart of Rebellion looking a bit shaky in this match. NPC looking really on point on Survivor and Infected, especially with these tanks so far. If you're a Heart of Rebellion fan, this is looking scary. It's not, this tank isn't really a wipe tank half the time, 35% Swan Room. I could definitely see this tank doing very minimal damage.
If you're Heart of Rebellion, you're probably thinking that you need to jockey a guy down the hull, force the survivors to take it in that unpreferable area. Because if they make it back, I don't see this tank doing much. first hitters up. We got double hunter, spitter, and a jockey. And hunter does go in, the jockey goes in as well. And hunter lands on Nick, but that spit, that was unfortunate. He spat on like the love heart, trying to get it in, but it just clipped the edge.
That could have been a lot of damage.
Reloading.
NPC looked on point. Anyone that doubted this team, showing that they're a powerhouse of a team when they're on point.
Nice 3-beam comes in. That hunter is just going for scratches. It's a Muhammad Ali. He's just going for him. Huge damage by that hunter. Wow.
You hate to see that. He lost so much health to that hunter just then.
There's not much you can do when you get boomed and you run out of ammo, so you have to rely on your pistol.
He's trying to battle Coleman and the hunter, just sitting there jump scratching. Alright, so tank up in the hands of Zhao. And if you're Heart of Rebellion, you need this one. You don't just want the one, you need it at this point. So
you pretty much have to have this boomer land, I think.
Yeah, it's probably going to be one of the only.
Nice bomb boom comes out.
Shooting.
Push the survivors off. Kinda got shut down now, lands there for 7.
Wanna lend me a hand here?
Maybe it would just be a dead tank. Punches.
Reload.
Or shoot it, you just got a punch up 82 health.
Can you make it?
I think that was a slight misplay
Yeah,
by
you
the
look
tank
fine now.
because when he got everyone on the ground, he was 4k and then he goes for the boom guy. I think if he went for an in-cap in the corner on one of the green guys and then had his support come in, that could have done a lot more damage. But still, 2 in-caps there, caution. That's huge.
Yeah, that's a decent tank. Oh, nice kick. It's M2, just boomer up.
Boomer.
It's M2 straight back down.
Now, if you're NPC at the moment, you're hoping that you find at least 2 sets of pills, and you're probably gonna wait out 1 hit so you don't have that devastating coaster hit.
Yeah, for sure. This Heart of Rebellion needs something big on this coaster hit as well. They need some sort of in-cap charge or maybe a double charge to get a death.
They've got a quad at the moment. Got a quad.
Yeah, they might just opt to save this. It looks like they are. They're all kind of just pushing towards the coaster.
Are you guys casting?
Yeah.
Yes.
NPC versus Hall.
Over this fence.
Reloading.
Yeah, I don't expect NPC to really push up here. They should just sit at bottom, maybe try and bait in a hit.
They know that.
Only 2 people bleed.
They know that since they didn't send in that hit around the full room, that they've got a really good set. So they need to just get 1 clear, and then they should be split.
Honestly, not too bad of a take. Got the pills.
Ooh, Michelle fell down. Oh, that's an in-cap, that's death. That was huge. I've never seen that happen before. That's honestly pretty funny, but that is what Heart of Rebellion needed. That was
Yeah,
huge.
death on this joke for sure. Now they really need to kind of get this 3 cap to get back into this game. Maybe even a good old Diddy.
They get this 3 cap here, play this tank well and take the coastal. I see Heart of Rebellion definitely staying in this game. Looks like they're just sacking for a quad now. A smart idea. But they are keeping one spitter.
It kind of sucks for NPC because that was also their bonus.
Ain't dead yet.
It went down. Never seen that death pool.
Reload.
Sounds like a hunter.
Hit does come in, Hunter comes in back. Hunter does land, spit lands on it, it's going to be a pancake. And a stumble in the spit, that is actually pretty decent damage, but it's on the bleeding guy. I think NPC might have to choke up ahead now.
Reloading.
Premature hunting on the first one. It was definitely like way early. Should have this hit ready if they're quick. Swing to spawn up, gets the pull off. Hunter from behind. Land Hunter Ellis. See if this charger can spawn.
Reloading.
Just maybe gonna save try and hit him in the tunnel on the way back.
Yeah, looks like they're all going to drop off.
Smart play.
They hit the button. There's no need to, rush this hit anymore. The combos are just going to fade away. Now, if you are Heart of Rebellion, maybe you would look to sack the Boomer and try and get a quad for your law. And Boomer does spawn up, but misses, unfortunately. Gets popped by Kreia. And he does look to push forward. The charge is right above, but he seems to be doing some damage.
Hunter's gonna look to spawn behind as well, so maybe it's something. He's actually going in. Just get the stumble, but no one's there ready. Charger lands, but I think Nick got the shutdown on the jockey up ahead.
A bit of separation by NPC, but unfortunately, Heart of Rebellion able to capitalize on. Spit goes in, trying to delay, and looks like Heart of Rebellion will be able to get one more quick hit in.
So once again, NPC doing well. Just making the safe bonus. All they really need to do.
That was an unfortunate pull for NPC, definitely, but I mean, even with 3 players, they made it with somewhat decent bonus, so not a bad round. If they can just shut down Heart of Rebellion like they did with the last 2 tanks, then that might be a GG.
Yeah, just honestly, them just making that map, even with only with 3, they still had what 182 bonus. Like that's all they need at this point. They've wiped Heart of Rebellion last map, so. Heart of Rebellion really need a good take on this tank. They can't really afford more than 1 in cap.
Such a hard map to ask for a comeback as well, since you got that tank that could possibly do some damage if a Boomer lands, and you got that brutal coaster hit. But if Heart of Rebellion pull themselves together, I think they definitely could make this map with decent bonus and be back in.
I'm grabbing pills.
Nice pause coming out. Wouldn't be left-footed too without a pause.
Have to fill in that quota, the pause quota. Do we know if these 2 teams are wanting to play finale?
I assume so, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I just kind of saw them all tagged up and I quickly viewed the game info and saw that they were in server, and I just asked Ling if he could delay the game for 5 minutes so we could set up a stream cast so that everyone could watch this game.
Yeah.
So same hit, double high jockey spitter. If they can get this hunt spit to land, it should be pretty good. Unfortunately for Hor, they missed it. But the time
Up
to
to spawn
spawn.
off, hit those. One gets skewed. I get skeeted too, and the spit just misses and the jockey shot.
Oh, check out that huge damage on the second hunter there.
8 and 1. Man,
Some Pog champ damage right there.
NPC going with the donut scores again.
Yeah, seems to be what they do. They kind of just lead Heart of Rebellion into a false sense of security,
Reloading.
and they
Yeah.
wipe them on the tank. Hopefully that
Give
doesn't
him
happen
the
this one.
first hit. Give him the first hit for free. Made him into a false sense of security.
Charge it on.
Nasty shit.
Pod booms, so they should maybe be. I don't know how far they actually have to go. They have to go all the way up into the room to spawn this one. Gonna have another hit here in a second.
That was a bit split, but
I was a
managed
bit
to
worried.
get back out.
Reloading.
Tank up in the hands of best.
They have that hunter's pre-spawn in front, which is probably not the most ideal spot where a hunter could commit. But they also have a boomer up in the hands of Kriya, so we'll look to try and land this boom. Charger does go in, just sacks.
Just gets melted. Didn't have a chance. Boomer's looking for something. And just
Immediately shut down. 0.3. A 0.3 pog.
Yeah. I'll definitely just rolled both of those spawns. Charge around them. So they got Hunter Jockey. Let's see what they get here. And another Hunter. So it's actually not too bad for this room if you can get an in-cap on someone down there in the corner or someone at the bottom.
Jockey, jockey.
It also runs down bottom, but he's like 30% health at the moment.
Kill the tank.
Does
Kill
get
it.
the corners, yeah. This is the kind of take that you wanted to see from Heart of Rebellion. What was that, 3 punches? Maybe? Is that?
That was really
2.
well played by Heart of Rebellion, but unfortunately Best didn't really know what to do with that tank.
Yeah.
Went and committed for one guy on the side and then went for the other guys. And by that time he already had about 30% of his health. A really good take from Heart of Rebellion. Probably feeling really confident about coming up to this coaster. They can just play this slow, take one hit and make the top.
That's what you need. That's what Heart of Rebellion needs. Confidence. Had a, oh, this spitter just spat into a ball.
Quick question, you thought 0.3 was cool, but have you seen 0.2 pog?
Faster and faster.
Reloading.
Next game is going to be 0.1. But
So
a very good take by Heart of Rebellion. They're just going to skip out the pills, just rush through.
I definitely want to see Heart of Rebellion because I'd hate to see, you know, like an unfortunate death pool like what happened to NPC. It's like so far that's what they're going to
I'm reloading.
do. Very down. GSK's looking like he wants to go.
They don't have the most ideal set for this, but the KC could possibly get a charge and that will be a quad. But they are just looking to push up, they just got it for free.
They've just
I
pushed
think
up
they just hit
one
quad.
of the huge jokes. It's kind of a shame
They didn't even
charge it.
Yeah, not even a
Jockey
quad.
and Hunter on the billboard looking to go in. Hunter's going in. Counts. That's 2
I think that was quad solid.
Spit was a mile off.
Very, very nicely taken by Heart of Rebellion. They got huge bonus at the moment.
Heart of
Over
Rebellion
1,000.
making this comeback. They just need to do one to two more hits and then they can camp out the rest of the common and just do what they've been doing. These shutdowns have been pretty on point so far. Oh, nice 2
Nice
there.
double.
Hand basket. Dude.
Charger does spawn behind, it's not going to be able to do anything, so Hunter and the Charger are just going to respawn. I think they might just go for it. I'm not sure if Heart of Rebellion grabbed ammo at the like the first truck, or if they grabbed ammo there. Looks like they were just rushing through, but they could be very low on ammo.
They should have grabbed it at the drop, just thing. I should have caught up Charger fire. If they try and go in here and they get shut down, it's just straight to another tree. It's 100 damage. Or actually,
Ooh, nice dodge.
Just the one slam.
Reloading.
So both hunters actually get speeded.
Pretty good, but it's definitely not enough. They still have 960 bonus, which is very huge for this map.
This is huge, the harder we're going on the first two rounds, especially after the second.
I think Heart of Rebellion might actually be in the lead after this. They make it in right now.
Very close.
Just under.
This is the kind of game we expected to see from these two teams.
Now, if you're Heart of Rebellion, you've definitely got that confidence flowing through you. That was a huge run. That's definitely what they needed. They've come back into the game.
Yeah, you definitely didn't have the momentum on the first two maps, but definitely just picked up the momentum after that. NPC probably a little bit tilted at the last round, especially at that death smoke. That was huge.
Yep. Never seen that before.
Yeah, neither have I. I thought he was just going to get cleared and be fine, and then he just died.
I just thought he would ledge hang and get picked up immediately. Would have been. They lost so much bonus because Rochelle, who got death pulled, was one of the main health bonuses of that round. So, got the first hit up. We have a Boomer, Charger, Smoker, and a Jock. Looks like they're sending the Charger in by the trailer and the Smoker by the bush. But NPC just taking their time clearing all the comms. Boomer does pre-spawn. Just trying to delay a bit more.
I was like rushing out now. I should be able to pop this Boomer. Wasn't very close. Charger remains.
Nice double boom, but very little damage coming out overall.
Reloading.
See if we'll see the classic AI.
Reloading.
I want to either see them get AI'd or for them to bring a dumpster and then wipe with it. Can we get some pogs in the chat for some hype for that? But second hit is up. They have a Charger, Smoker, Charger, Hunter, Spitter, and another Hunter. Pretty good set here. One Hunter is pre-spawned in front.
Careful. The hunters are running.
Hit does come in. One Hunter lands.
A fair bit of damage and this is spin in the corner. On the charge!
Oh.
The Hail Mary, as
That
Zen
was-
would say.
It was looking pretty grim there, but they managed to turn that around and take off off the Rochelle, so really
That was
decent hit. Come
huge damage.
Boys.
Reloading.
Hello, Sue.
I didn't even know the match was starting.
Through this
Yeah, I just kind of saw it.
Is it almost over? Oh yeah, map
Yeah,
4.
map
It's map 4, first round.
It was a close game though. I'll make an announcement for you guys.
It's kind of already over at this point. It's like
I think you missed the boat though.
Ag.
Yo, Sue,
I only just got home.
Reloading.
we scrimmed today?
Don't know.
I'm off, so.
So we have a tank up in the hands of Ling. Boomer goes in, manages to land on one boom.
it's actually
And
gone in
that
the
tank
back
is-
way.
Yeah, this is a pretty smart play. They're not positioned at all.
Look at that early corner developed. Coach does a nice job of getting that body block there. That's all support down, he's just dead.
Reloading here.
Even though that wasn't a wipe, that was still pretty huge damage for that.
I got the pills.
Yeah, for sure.
But NPC still have a strong 646 bonus. They need to whittle this down a bit more. If you're Heart of Rebellion, you'd probably want to look for a quad.
And they need something huge here.
Charger does go in.
Misses. I thought they were going to go for the full DP there and gets the smoker clear and just gets melee instead. Still top. Interesting.
Next gen strats.
I'm reloading.
So maybe looking to like block spawns.
They
up
have
the
to.
top.
They have to be really careful here because if that jockey comes off
Silent
against
Joker
Coach,
has got his ass. It's 2k.
pretty good.
Shell was just commoned at the front.
That's a 100 bonus going off, but that hit seemed like it, got shut down pretty well, but still pretty decent damage from it.
Did you see that jockey climb up the ladder? I think it was Coach just didn't hear him at all. That was pretty scary for a second.
That's a relatable feel right there.
I feel him. If he would have got jockeyed up, I would have felt that so hard.
Reloading.
Smoker pretty spawned in.
Gonna get the spinner as well with the common all around him. It's gonna be good damage.
That's an ink out. That's a really good hit there coming up by Heart of Rebellion. That's going to knock their bonus down even further.
Hey, we got a safer right ahead.
ZSK gets the charger. He's going to go in, go get him. Does manage to land. Only lands, gets that 10 damage. Jockey goes in, gets bunted. That's the save for him.
No bite.
Pretty decent bonus by NPC. 412 is a really good round.
Yeah, considering those last couple hits. I thought they were actually, after that tank, I thought they were going to make it with a bit much higher bonus than that. So Heart of Rebellion need to come up huge here. They need a big bonus to stay in this game. And they're only, what, like 100 and something down?
Yeah. Very close. This could go either way. So, assuming that there is no finale, if you're Heart of Rebellion, you're definitely feeling nervous about this. If, one really big boom lands or a triple charge or something like that happens, that could be the game. But looks like it's going live now.
Use these pills.
Smoker respawns in front, gets cleared instantly. Double boom lands out in the back, but charger misses.
Thought he was maybe going to line up a double there for a second. So that could have been scary.
Reloading.
CSK just pushing on through. He's got his battle buddy up here. Sue.
There's some pretty huge separation coming up. They left the middle spawn open and the Hunter takes advantage of that. But unfortunately it didn't have any other spawn to help him out with that, so that's just one less spawn here. Smoker spawns up, Spitter dies, Hunter gets scared.
Reloading.
Heart
That
of
could have been
Rebellion
huge if they had
taking
two
these.
spawns in that middle area just then. Got that separation
Yeah,
on the
for
back
sure.
too.
I'm reloading.
But Heart of Rebellion taking this like really dominantly. And they're gonna just rush into this barn. They're not even gonna have a full set for this, so
There.
it's just a one hit to tank.
Yeah, they got a brick on their W key at the moment. They are moving.
Jockey spawns in front, gets cleared, and that is not looking too good to NPC. Smoker gets cleared, Chargers can't do anything.
NPC don't really seem to know how to deal with this. They're just getting mowed over.
Weapons over here.
Remember, caution W stands for when
Yeah.
Charger goes in, gets leveled. Boomer looking to just try and see what he can do. Oh, nice Tubium does land. A Hunter does land for a couple ticks, but fortunate Ling didn't skip that.
Spitter just spinning behind, blocking them a little bit.
Reloading.
Tank up in the hands of Dexter. Let's see what he's gonna do. Oh, he's climbing up top now.
Taking the shotgun. I guess I'll
Skelet's
take
here.
this here machine gun.
Now, if you're Heart of Rebellion, you might want to put Coach in front since he is 5-punch. Try and get him to juke the tank around, take that first hit, and then play off that.
Tank look like he might be just heading straight in with these spawns. And he is. On a charger jockey as support, he's just pushing in. Trying to get the juke. Oh, got a bit of a long arm there. Gets a shell as well, so he's had 2 different people so far. This tank's just 10%. It's almost dead. Charger lands on the person that's going to punch, and tank is just dead.
I'm reloading.
Now, they have 775 bonus. This is very doable for Heart of Rebellion. They just need to play this event really well.
And the way they've been
I would
shutting
have
down
liked
through
to
these hits, like, this is very doable for them.
I would have liked to seen that tank go and punch the bins near the end, so that this final stretch is a little bit harder, but we have a Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, and a Smoker. Not the most ideal set. The Smoker goes in, does get a nice smoke onto Coach, but gets cleared relatively quickly. Hunter goes in late, gets skeeted. Now,
I was Hunter
they've
Rebellion,
only
I'd
got
maybe take one more hit here. And then
yeah,
look to
they've got
push.
one more hit, I think, and then they can just rush forward. It's looking like a more promising set. They have a Hunter, Jockey, Spitter, and the Chop. Hunter does pre-spawn, just trying to make a little bit of noise, and it looks like all the set is going up top. Hunter goes in, does manage to land, and the Jockey goes in, but that Charger, it missed its spawn.
Saved him for quad charge. So they should be Hunter Rebellion. Maybe they're just electing to wait it out. They don't want to deal with the common and the SR.
Pretty smart by them. Since that Spitter died, if they don't get another Spitter, that Charger might not be able to do too much.
Yeah, it's only this last wave coming in. Nice pop there by Zhao.
Who's gonna win?
I'm reloading.
It's looking like a really tight game at the moment. Hunter Rebellion might take the lead here. Unless something,
Gotta reload.
some major hit comes out from
Reloading
NPC.
here.
This is their last hit. This is like the thing that makes or breaks this game.
And they do have
And they
quad
do have a
charge.
quad. It's on the ropes here. One Hunter pre-spawns by the toilet. He's getting chipped. That's not good. That Hunter's gonna get skeeted. And
Oh yeah,
Charge
okay,
charge.
cool.
Reloading.
but that's not enough. They still have more bonus. I think that's Heart of Rebellion in the lead. What an amazing comeback by them, being down I think by 1,000 and a bit points.
Yeah, this turned into a real game. It's looking like a bit of a snoozer after map 2.
No GGs have gone out yet, so I'm going to assume that they're going to play a finale. So, wonder how both teams managed to take this.
This first tank's going to be crucial for both teams.
I've seen a lot of the Asian teams, instead of finding it around the safe room, they like to take this first hit and then push out onto the stadium.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. Also, a lot of the Asian tanks like to go and get that forklift, so it gives the survivors the opportunity to push out. So it could be quite dangerous if they go for the forklift and then Harder Rebellion just push out into a much more open space. Immediate tank though. It's up in
I think
his
that
chest. And
that
he's
forklift, oh,
just
tank's going in.
Charge spawned up. Gets a single charge. The charge is still not cleared and Jockey's landed onto Nick.
I'm down.
Still got a fair bit of help.
Oh, that's not
Catches
good.
survivors inside.
Rochelle seems to be stuck.
He's going to get this in-cap here. Maybe just play it out from here. Wait for support to be up. Nick going for the pickup. Oh, Tank gets the
double
multi-punch.
one.
Oh, misses the
Oh,
second
no.
one there.
That was huge damage that just came out. And a double boom does land.
No, but yeah, that is insane amounts of damage for this first tank.
That puts all the pressure on Harder Rebellion to do the same on their tank and to actually try and just make it to the second tank.
Gotta be kidding me.
Since they are all bleeding. Or besides leg.
Yeah, I don't know at the moment. I don't see them making this map. So this is definitely opening the door to NPC. If he goes in, smoke and land for a split second and charge and miss.
Reloading.
Pretty good shutdown on that hit, but I'm not sure about this. That's so much damage came out during that tank.
Yeah, Survivor's looking pretty unhealthy.
Did this ever seem like a
Damn
good
right.
idea?
Gonna take everything I can.
Good old left field one hit coming out. Hunter gets a wall kick. Smoke is self-cleared and then the second one away is Boom is waddling in and gets popped.
Reloading.
Very nice self-clear on that smoker. That would have been a double cap up there and would have been huge damage and then cap out into Nick, I think.
Yeah, and at this point, Harder Rebellion just need to
Reloading here.
minimize as much damage as possible. Still got, what is it, 3 pills maybe? 2 pills on the stage, and then 2 on them.
Hit does come out. Jockey and Charger come in. Hunter does manage to land, and the Charger goes in. Oh, that's a nice, huge charge right there. I'm pretty sure he's black and white now.
He is, that was the second in-cap. Yeah, so that's one person already black and white. If I was tank, I'd know who I'm going for at the moment.
Reloading.
I was just about to say, I find this finale pretty difficult. It's very hard for the SI to do anything, especially when you get 2-2s or bad hits, but Smoke does go out into Ellis, does a little bit of damage. Spitter is kept for the next hit.
But I think I'm gonna die.
Reloading.
So yeah, definitely looking pretty scary for Harder Rebellion at the moment. 3 sets of pills and one person's already slow without pills. Coming in, Hunter gets skeeted, Jockey M2, Charger just went for a stumble into the spit or something. That's
Come on, come
that was
on, on your
Ling's
feet.
first income.
This tank can just play as long as it likes.
Reloading.
It's got all the time in the world to bleed out the survivors and just go in and one punch them all to death. And since one guy is black and white and one guy is permanently slow, you definitely want to do something like that. Smoker does go out, gets a few ticks onto Rochelle. Rochelle does manage to get in-capped and the spit lands onto Nick with that
And that's
Hunter.
gonna be
So a bit of damage coming out.
It's going to be Rochelle black and white as well now, so they got 2 black and white for this upcoming tank. Should be spawning pretty soon, and that's ZSK down as well.
Oh,
That's
that's
okay,
3
that's-
incap.
He's gonna die to these
I've got
column, I
1
guess.
spawn right now. Yeah. Didn't even get to see the second tank.
Either got the deagle cleared, but Isage
Ooh,
just
both
missed.
missed.
Right, Jeff,
That was looking
save
scary.
it.
Now, this first tank for Heart of Rebellion needs to go here. There's no other way.
In my opinion, this is NPC's game to lose at this point. Because their tank definitely did work just then, that first tank. So if they can just maybe take 1 in cap here or just avoid this tank spreading all the damage, this is going to be quite scary.
Now, if you are this tank for Heart of Rebellion, maybe you do want to go get that forklift. I think you have no other option. It's pretty hard to do like that amount of damage with this tank if the survivors are just shutting down spawns, but there seemed to be a bit of separation out on Heart of Rebellion.
I think the main problem is if Heart of Rebellion decide to go back to get this forklift, they just give NPC so much more of the map. So even if the tank just gets to like the opening, you know, NPC are going to have so much more space to just chip the tank as he's coming in.
That is true. I think this tank does spawn really close.
Yeah, he does.
So-
I think this is just hopefully... I think they just kind of need to do the same thing and insta-commit this tank before it takes too much chip damage. Because I think that's
Hope that
what's
the boom-
going to cause the cause NPC to do well. Well, 1 boom lands, this could be it. They still have the 3 cap. Looks like
There's no comments. Tank does go in. Gets an early punch on the Ellis.
one that's a self clear on the smoke. Charge and misses. Tank's at 50% at the moment. Coach is probably going to need a punch here. 2 punches.
They're all in front. This is a dead tank.
Yeah, this is 20% tank. NPC. Just demolished
is-
that hit. That was
Not.
huge.
If you're Heart of Rebellion, you need a quad. That's the only way I see them winning this at the moment.
If you're ZSK,
One
you're
hunter goes
tilted.
in. You're always tilted. Especially if Shorty's in the game. Shout out to my boy Shorty.
Now this is just... Oh, Boomer's just rocketing with the 2 and that's... This is actually just so scary for Heart of Rebellion at the moment. They need huge attacks almost every hit at this point.
I did sack that boom last and they've got a 3 cap at the moment, so this could be a quad here. If you're Heart of Rebellion, you need to go for a quad pretty much every second hit. You need to sack for it properly.
Chucky went in really early there. Charges missed as well. Really uncoordinated from Heart of Rebellion there. NPC just getting those easy clears.
What was the distance or the gap between map of Heart of Rebellion and NPC? Score
I think
difference.
it was only like 100 and something. It was less than 200 points.
Hit does come out. Jockey goes in. Hunt spit does land, and the jockey's gonna capitalize on that.
I mean, that's
Pretty
pretty
decent hit.
Obviously, he's not going to pop, as they have probably, what, like 3 or 4 hits till tank. This is kind of hits they need. They need to be getting these huge damage hits almost every hit.
It's just gonna mention, since the score is so close and Heart of Rebellion didn't make it to, if NPC does make it, they could just win by that. But hit does come in, Charger misses, Smoker goes out onto Ellis, does a little bit of damage, but an overall really good shutdown by NPC.
Yeah, everything just kind of whiffed or got cleared besides that smoke. So next hit coming out, it's going to be a 2-2 as well. That's not what you want to see. Spit a boomer and boomer just instantly dies as soon as it spawns, essentially. And another just
Again,
shutdown.
yeah, very good clears, very good like shutdowns by NPC. Looking very dominant now. I think they're feeling confident.
Yeah, they want this win. They know at this point it's, you know, all in their hands. They did a really good job on SI to eliminate Harder Rebellion. Pre-spawn gets the full on code, Judge land. Doesn't even get a slam.
I'm reloading.
And that was
That
on the,
hunter had
what was that? Sorry?
that hunter had no chance. He went for a wall kick and didn't even manage to do that. Just shutdowns.
As a tank should be up here soon. Maybe one here.
I believe it's 560 till the score. Second last score, the tank's coming in, but Hunter and Jockey just get shut down. Everything is just not landing.
Yeah, both of those hunters. See that massive team ski right there? 1 in 1.
Reloading.
Better than the 8 that we saw previously, but tank up in the hands of Zal. Now, this tank, I don't think it can do too much. It has to pretty much rely on its SI booms landing, and maybe it'll go for the forklift, but NPC just, you know, they have all the pills, they have all the health. Tank drops down and looks to just keep some sight. A nice one boom does come out.
Seems like tank's just going in. Survival's moving out. Oh, that's a nice pull there. Oh, he bounced it.
Flying.
Dead by Daylight Duke? No.
Ooh, I thought he punched him down. Charger spawns up, is in there to land. Rock almost lands.
Well, tank's just recommitting here. Smoker misses, Charger's getting chipped. Actually does land the separation full on to Ellis there.
Sit out of that thing.
Oh, he whiffs one punch. That's not good. Doesn't cap him on that punch. He still has 1000 health. He could still play this long.
They need to get a pick up here. No, they're going for it now. Tank's needs to do something here. He's not really doing anything, just getting out. They're gonna get both of these pickups.
That hit the spot. I ain't dead yet.
And I think this might just be it at this point. Survivors should just, you know, go get their pills if they have any. 3 sets still on the stage. And then they're just gonna
Jockey
lose
gets
this tank.
shut down. And that boom getting shut down, I think that seals the GG. This tank can't do anything with itself. And they're just gonna go aggressive on it, chase it down, 440 health. It's gonna see if it can land a curve rock, but
This
they're
tank
just gonna
should
play
die.
aggro.
Well, nice separation
Ooh, a
bounce
nice-
there. Ellis out in no man's lane, Charger's gonna recharge. Oh, actually,
He teleport for you on your
yeah, he
screen.
teleported for me. This is instant transmission and just got the heck out of dodge.
This ain't gonna be.
They've already won at
And
this point.
That is GG. Really close game.
Good comeback
Up
by
until
Harder
the finale.
Rebellion. I think they would have won this game, just bar that map too. What a game. NPC just looked pretty dominant from the get-go. And that is going to be Harder Rebellion out of the tournament, and NPC taking their slot in the
So-
playoffs.
Good game by both teams. And congratulations to NPC.
Yeah, definitely deserved that win. They played really well from the get-go. Had minimal mistakes. I think they only really got unlucky on that map 3 with that death pool.
Yeah. Besides that, I don't really think that they made any other huge errors. But it still was a really good try by Harder Rebellion. They brought the game back and they were even leading in the finale. But that first tank on finale did so much damage and that pretty much just sealed it. other rebellion didn't have the health to do anything.
Yeah, what a game. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for the stream. Thanks for
Thank you for
everyone who tuned
tuning in. Have a good one, guys.